You are now watching We Talkin' Sports.
Hey, thanks for joining us again on Saturday. Here we are talking sports. And if you're watching us on Facebook, if you can hit that like button for us. And if you're watching us on YouTube, if you would go ahead and subscribe. And that way, when we push content out throughout the course of the week, you'll get notifications and you know we have some more material that we're pushing out your way. And you can also follow us on Twitter at We Talkin' Sports 2. You can also follow us on Instagram at we_talking_sports 6. So, DJ,
what up?
Let's just jump into the hot story. The hot story coming off of yesterday was the Deshaun Watson press conference. And let me just throw this out here. Prior to the press conference on Thursday, he was a second county's grand jury decided there wasn't enough evidence to indict him on behalf of one of his 22 accusers. So that led up to the press conference yesterday, and I'm not even going to lead it. Give me what's your thoughts on the press conference?
Here's my thoughts. I look at Deshaun Watson, and I feel like I believe him. Now, I have always thought that he was set up by the Houston Texans because he chose not to play for them. But when I look at him, and as me knowing somebody, I believe him from that press conference. Here's my biggest. I have two takeaways from the press conference. One, I'm just going to make as a statement, and the other one I want to kind of go into. Okay, my first one is, if Deshaun Watson wins football games for the Browns, the people who are saying he is, I can't believe that we are choosing him and he did all these things, are at that point going to be saying, you know something? He was not indicted by two grand juries. So those people are going to support him if the Browns win. But the opposite is the same also. If Deshaun Watson starts losing, then the people who are saying, oh, well, they should give him an opportunity, this is time for the Browns, they are then going to be saying, we shouldn't have got him anyway because he got 22. So at the end of the day, winning is the thing that solves everything. So that is my statement. Now, here is my other point that came out of that press conference. The Browns was investigating him for 5 months. Now that is football-worthy news at that particular point, because that puts us right around the time of the Odell Beckham trade. And so if you look at Andrew Berry, the player that he is, and you've been calling him a player forever.
Yes.
He at that point, after the Baker Mayfield video, when Odell was done with Baker, Andrew Berry was done with Baker. So if you look at that moment in time versus right now, we got Amari, we got Deshaun Watson, we look like we about to get Juice, and it looked like we about to get OBJ back. So at the end of the day, when I saw those reporters grilling those two African-American men, and I'm going to go there. When I saw them grilling them dudes, I thought, first off, Andrew Berry had a plan 5 months ago. And if it works, the people who are against Deshaun Watson right now are going to be saying, hey, but wait a minute. Two grand juries didn't indict him. So at the end of the day, it's all about what happens on the football field.
I do agree that what happens on the field is going to ultimately be it's going to have a strong influence on public opinion. But it's like right now, The thing I have a problem with is, and I don't even want to dive into innocence or guilt in what I think, because at the end of the day, I wasn't there.
It ain't our business.
But I do want to give this young man due process, because that's what this judicial system affords us in this country. And it should afford that to us all the time, not just based off of who you are. And not that he had anything to do with this, but if you look at the way the Robert Kraft situation was handled and the way he was handled in the media, he wasn't put under, because to me, I know you have a job as the media. I don't question that. Do your job, ask some questions, but don't be disrespectful.
Right.
And I felt several of those questions yesterday that were asked in that press conference, they were just disrespectful.
Right.
And it was like they were just trying to be funny, like, how many masseuses do you need? And,
right.
Are you going to stay off of Instagram looking for masseuses? And it's just, I just find that stuff to be disrespectful,
right.
Especially seeing how at this point, these are just allegations.
Right.
These are just allegations. And what he's telling you, what I got out of that press conference, the first thing was he said, I'm fighting this.
Right.
I don't need counseling. And that's another thing. It's like they keep the media, and again, to me, it's irresponsible journalism to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't just try and pick somebody apart in that manner.
Like, if you're trying to get a Pulitzer, because, okay, so people that are trying to get a Pulitzer Prize as writers or as reporters, they run into wars and they fight, Walter Cronkite's and stuff like that. But if you're trying to just be the smartest person in the room to ask the most disrespectful question you can to an African-American young man that's 26 that came here to lead your franchise, then the excuse can't be, well, he's getting $230 million, so he signed up for it. And at the end of the day, that is disrespectful, and I don't like that, because
I don't like it either.
What that does is that make people say, well, why am I come here? Because that ain't what they do in L.A.
Exactly. And it's just like, why is that something that you need to discuss? That's a conversation between Deshaun Watson, his agent, Andrew Berry, and Jimmy Haslam.
Right.
What difference do it make to you?
Right.
Again, it's that undertone of disrespect in the questioning. And
Is he even intelligent to speak on an open case of any sort? If you're involved in
no, it's not. Why would you?
Legal? I'm just asking that because I
No.
feel like you put him in a bad position and he can't say nothing.
and you know better.
Right.
And you know better.
Right.
You know it's an open case. You
Right.
know better. You just, again, it wasn't more about, I even think he's going to give me an answer. It's just, I want to be cute, and I want to put him in an awkward situation. And it's just like, to me, it's just irresponsible.
Here's the point of
Lightweight bullying. Lightweight bullying,
It
because you think you on top for a minute. But when the tables turn and he beat these cases and he's on the AFC Championship game, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what kind of interview you get then. Let's see who gets that one-on-one interview.
I call it bullying. I call it cowardice.
You call it what?
It's a coward act to me.
It is. But it's a form of bullying.
Here's what it is. It was a Monday Night Football game in Cleveland, probably about 3 seasons ago, and it maybe even before that, because it might have been before Baker. And somebody asked Trent Dilfer, "How do the Browns turn it around?" And Trent Dilfer said, "Me, as a former Cleveland Browns quarterback, what needs to happen is the front office and the ownership needs to not give a blip about what the perception is and what the outside noise is and build their franchise." And that's what they did.
That's what they did.
That's what they did. They said, hey, you know something? We have an opportunity to get this quarterback, and they did that 5 months ago. I don't know if you can really understand. They did that 5 months ago. That means that Baker Mayfield was the starting quarterback 5 months ago.
It's the reason they didn't sign him to an extension in the offseason.
I
mean, you can talk about shoulder injuries, foot injuries, the OBJ situation. You can talk about what you want, but at the end of the day, they had 4 years worth of data on the boy.
And
so
here's my thing.
They knew who they were dealing with coming into this year.
And here's my thing, because I'm not doing a 180. Baker Mayfield, to me, is a good quarterback. And I do believe...
Don't start that.
No, just let me say this. And I do believe that if he goes down to, let's say, Tampa Bay, and I don't know if he's going there, but that would be a good situation to sit behind the GOAT for a minute, because I do think he's a good quarterback. But Deshaun Watson is a Super Bowl winning type of quarterback.
When you say a good quarterback, is he a good leader?
Man, dog, I don't want to go on that.
That's part of being a good quarterback. You have to be a leader as a quarterback. By default, you have to be a leader.
Here's what I'm saying, bro. When it comes down to sports, if you like somebody, if they're winning, you're going to – me and you will be having the same conversation, and the opposite will be happening. Because he's out, hey, you know something? He's bad news. I can't say anything good about him, but I can. I think the dude is a good quarterback.
I'm not saying anything about him now that I wasn't saying 5 months ago.
That's not true, bro.
That is true.
Oh, 5 months ago, yeah, but not 1 year ago. Yeah, Andrew Berry was too, obviously.
1 year ago, I thought we could win with him. I never thought we would win because of him. I thought we could win with him.
We got a caller?
Hello?
Hey, we talking sports.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, we talking sports. This is Rado.
What's going on, Rado?
What's on, Rado?
Man, you know what? I was commenting on real fast. You talking about Baker Mayfield, the leader. And last time I checked, he was leading Oklahoma.
Yeah, hey, Rado.
That was college. He got to lead grown men with families now. He can't do that.
Hold on one second.
Men, it's a different game.
You got the floor because we cut you short last week, and I apologize, bro. So go ahead. You got the floor.
I don't care about that. Hey, man,
you got the floor.
You guys are doing good things, man. I'm proud of y'all, man. I'm happy for y'all. So if you cut me short and things, no technical difficulties, I ain't worried about that. I'm going to keep calling in until we get it right. Y'all my boys.
There it is.
I love y'all guys, man. I'm proud of y'all for doing what y'all do. But look here, Baker Mayfield is a leader. Flat out is a leader. And his drive and his hunger is different. He reminds me of a Kobe Bryant to try to rile you up and get in your face. What's the difference between Tim Tebow doing the same thing? Only difference is Tim Tebow was in college and Baker Mayfield here. But if you don't know the offense, you got to give Baker Mayfield a chance, too. He's been under 9 different offensive coordinators and 9 different coaches on the low.
He got them all fired. He got them all fired.
Rado, I agree with everything you said except for the Kobe Bryant thing.
I agree with none of it.
I do think he is a leader. I'm not going to put him on a Kobe level.
He's a leader? Do you think he's a leader? Ask Jarvis if he's a leader. Ask OBJ if he's a leader.
You have to be selfish, man, to become a leader. Follow me. You know what I mean? You got to follow me. This is like you joining something. That's like you trying to join something. Somebody got to lead and somebody got to follow. It's called a pecking order.
I agree with you, Waddle. But here's the thing.
If you a baller, that's
Baker Mayfield.
Starting off though, you got to be a baller. If you're not a baller, who gonna follow you?
He still is part of the story.
Who gonna follow you when you ain't even good at your job? Why would I follow you? You not even good at your job.
Baker Mayfield is pretty good. He is good, dog.
What job does he have then? What job does he have? What job would that be? Can you explain that to me?
Quarterback in the league. It's only 32 jobs in the league. You mean tell me Baker Mayfield can't get at least none of them?
Well, right now he doesn't have one. Right now he doesn't have one.
Hey, Rado.
No, I don't have one because the Cleveland Browns are asking for a first-round pick. No one's giving you that when the man just told you want to leave. When you disgruntled and you want to leave, you're leaving.
I'm sure the Cleveland Browns will take a bag of peanuts for Baker Mayfield.
Hey, Rado, we gonna keep on.
Let's just go with some Skittles. Let's go with the Skittles.
Hey, Rado, we gonna
pack of Skittles and they can have Baker Mayfield.
Hey, we gonna keep it going, Rado. But thanks for the call, bro.
That's not right for the Skittles. That's not right for the Skittles.
That's right.
Hey, Rado, thanks for the call, bro.
Hey, we got a new tenant at First Energy. Rado.
I'll call y'all back.
All right, Rado, thanks.
All right.
But here's the thing.
First Energy has a new tenant. There's a new tenant down there.
There is. But here's the thing. We don't have to hate Baker on the way out. Baker did. Here, just let me talk, dog. Baker did go out holding his. But you know something, though? We empowered him at the beginning. When he said, I woke up feeling dangerous, we started selling T-shirts feeling dangerous. So we can't.
Progressive Insurance empowered him.
So at the end of the day, bro, Baker Mayfield is no longer our quarterback. Hey, we talking sports. Who we got on the line?
We got. I gotta change my name up from Stevie J to Steve O because I was the original Stevie J, man. I don't want nobody get confused.
Right.
What? You don't love hip hop, right?
Yeah, right. But
this ain't that Stevie J.
Yeah, what's up, Stevie J?
No, man. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this thing. I'm Steve O. First of all, Baker Mayfield.
Shout out to Faye.
I mean, listen, he gonna get paid anyway. He gonna be okay, but Deshaun Watson is the truth.
He the truth. That should be the conversation.
And he got the type of character that the organization can get behind.
Right, but here's my thing. Why is he still talking about Baker Mayfield?
I know, Steve.
Aftermath. He thinks he's done. Let's talk about this brother and support this brother that come in and gonna change our organization. The man came on and had his press conference and said, you know what? I'm innocent. Everything I
Standing up for himself. Standing up for himself.
Man,
stand up for yourself.
That's what he did.
Hold on. The man said, we're not going to win games. We're going to win Super Bowl.
And he said plural, too. It was plural, wasn't it? It was an S at the end of it, wasn't it?
Listen. That's all I got to say. There's going to be great things happening, and I hope that the community supports them. And he don't have to go to counseling and all that stuff. What he said was, you know what? Guess what? At the end of the day, I don't need counseling because I'm innocent. But I'm going to hang up, and great show.
All right, thanks
appreciate
for
the call, man.
Jay. Yeah, man, it's like this. Right now, you know there's going to be outside noise. Right now, we are in a time where the country is polarized, and so people are dug in. And so the people that are dug in is going to stay dug in, and the people on our side is going to stay dug in. But what cures all is winning.
Well,
because if they start winning, see, if you look at it, at the beginning of this season, people, include myself, was dogging the Cavs. Oh, the Cavs is this, that, blah. Now, we don't need LeBron, blah, blah, blah. And so the outside noise is going to always be there.
That's true. But let me say this, too. I think another big factor in how this plays out is going to be what happens with these 22 cases. Does he take his signing bonus money and just start cutting checks to get this to go away? Or does he stand tall like he said he is, and I believe he will, and fight these cases to the end? If he fights these cases to the end, and at the end this all goes away with Deshaun Watson as the winner, that's a different story. And it's like, that's another thing.
But dog,
hold on. Let me say this. That's another thing. These narratives that the media are creating for this that I don't like. They keep saying, well, why doesn't he just go ahead and settle this? And because he's got all of this money now, why doesn't he just go ahead and settle this? That's an admission of guilt. And you know this. You want to hang this over this man's head for the rest of his life. And that's exactly why this intelligent young man is fighting this. He like, no, I'm not just going to try and make this go away because I have a life to live and you guys are publicly embarrassing me and you're questioning my character and who I am as a person, and I have a family, I have a mother, and they got to look at this stuff every day, and I haven't done anything. So, yeah, I'm glad that he's standing up to this. And
but
what happens, the way these cases are settled is going to have a tremendous effect on the aftermath.
But, bro, here's the thing, though. I watch a lot of Law and Order SVU. And so here's the one thing I will say that I'm looking at. Okay, so it is going to come down to him settling versus him playing, because Roger Goodell could very easily say, hey, you know something, we don't want to touch you until this gets taken care of, which could mean another year. Now, his 130, finished, dog. So his 230 is guaranteed. So, hey, they may be dug in to go for another year and say, hey, I'm going to fight each one of these cases. But it is 22 cases. So it ain't like he could just say, hey, you know something, okay, boom. Now, I agree with what you used to say, and I'm sure you still feel the same way. This was a money grab, and all the backdoor deals have already been done. They done signed the checks. They done did this, that, and the third because there's one attorney. So it ain't like you got to go reach 22 different attorneys. We all know that, just like you said, Lonzo, we heard it right here. I'm going to put all these cases on it, and that's what he did.
Right.
So it comes down to the thing in the whole thing is, okay, you hit on something when you said a settlement is an admission of guilt, but it's also a shortening of time period. And so
you talking about an NFL season. I'm talking about the entirety of this man's life.
True. And so he may say I have to wait another one. He may have to sit on another one.
I don't believe, Roger, I don't believe the NFL is going to do that. I don't believe that the NFL would make him sit out or put him on an exempt list into the conclusion of these cases.
Why not? You've seen it before.
Because, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I believe a lot of this stuff has already been discussed, and I know for a fact that Roger Goodell works for the owners. He works for them. So even though he's the commissioner, his level of power doesn't go higher than theirs.
He works for who?
He works for the NFL owners.
But here's
allegedly.
No, he's the NFL commissioner, and the commissioner, he reports to the owners of the NFL.
Here's your thing. And I agree with you. And we're gonna move past it because I don't want to put all this negative on. I want to focus on the football field. But your thing is, at the end of the day, the person that did bad was the owner of the Houston Texans. The person that put this black stain on the NFL, this black eye, because this is a black eye on the NFL, regardless of how it is. If you look at the collective, the 32, does not make them look good.
Right.
So,
right.
And the Houston Texans owner is the reason behind this, because Deshaun Watson did not want to play for that dysfunctional organization that just gave away DeAndre Hopkins for Larry Johnson, right?
It wasn't Larry, it was Dave Johnson.
David Johnson.
I don't even think he's in the league anymore.
Right. So Deshaun Watson said, I do not want to play football anymore for this organization.
At one point, the Houston Texans had Jadeveon Clowney, J.J. Watt, Deshaun Watson, Andre Hopkins. They had two superstars on both sides of the ball. After the first three left, Deshaun Watson looked around and he was the only one there.
Cushing?
Yeah, the linebacker, but he retired. He retired.
Okay.
But he looked around and saw the other three was gone. He was like, I'm out of here too. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? What are you doing? You get a superstar, he's supposed to retire here. You had three and they all gone. Right. But one more thing though, did you watch the Haslam press conference?
No, I did not. I couldn't deal with the Cleveland media. I could not deal with it.
I just want to say this. Shout out to D and Jimmy Haslam. I applaud you for your courage and standing in the line of fire and having some conviction, because at the end of the day, you don't have to deal with this level of scrutiny if you know what I'm saying, if you weren't committed to winning and you didn't want to do what was best for the organization, you wouldn't have to deal with this level of scrutiny. So shout out to you guys. Keep doing the right thing.
We talking sports. Who we got?
This Flock Time.
What's up?
Man, I just want to salute y'all and tell D Jack and 5-6 keep doing their thing. I'm gonna get their flowers while they're alive, man.
Absolutely. Appreciate that.
Appreciate
For sure.
All right.
Thanks for the call.
Yeah, so you know something, let me ask you about something, dog. And we didn't even talk about this, but this might be a blindside, but did you see that New England signed Malcolm Butler?
Yeah, I did.
So my whole thing is, if I'm Malcolm Butler, I don't really even know if I want to play with you no more, Belichick.
Why?
Because he didn't play him in that Super Bowl that they lost.
Yeah, but we never really knew what was going on with that. We never really knew what the backstory was that.
What we do know is he ain't play. We talking sports. Who we got?
This Votto again, man. Haslam need to be fired. Haslam need to be fired with that press conference. He's horrible. He needs to be fired, man. But
what happened? What did he do, Votto?
I'm fired the man. What did he do? I'm proud of the man for going to get a real quarterback to bring to the city. I'm proud of him for that. But other than that, man, he's horrible owner. He needs to be fired. I don't know how he even got the job. I don't know how he got the job when you getting over on Pilot J.
Hey, check this out, Rado. I did not watch what Haslam said. What did he do?
First of all, what did he not do? I mean, he's been messing us over forever, my lady. I'm not a Browns fan, but he's been messing the Browns fans over forever, man. He shouldn't even be hired as an owner as a job. But you know what the problem is? When you come from another organization, when you come from another organization and the organization is supposed to be prominent, no, what I'm saying, when you come from another organization, right? Another prominent organization. Right. And I'm gonna tell you something. The Browns organization is a prominent organization, flat out. Before time. Pittsburgh Steelers, Dallas Cowboys. I mean, prominent owners, man. I'm talking about fans all around the country, man. Real talk. And then for you to be able to get a team and you getting sued, that's not right. And then you put this dumb product on the field, not once, not twice, but for a long time. They're like, they got time for this. But then people get mad because of the simple fact that you say that Deshaun Watson got these cases. Yeah, he got these cases for sure, but dude, we know Deshaun Watson, like Robert Kraft, should have paid them late. I'm sorry for saying this, but you got to pay him. You ain't, like Jay-Z say, ain't no ugly millionaire. So pay him.
Right. Hey, Rado, we got to let you go on that one. But, hey, appreciate the call, bro. Hey, so like I was saying about Belichick and Malcolm Butler, like, do you believe – I don't know what that was. Like, I don't know why he didn't play in that Super Bowl, but that was really the reason why they lost, because he was amazing that season.
Hey, that's New England's problems, dog.
And
that's New England's problem.
Why would he say that?
Let me ask you. I mean, who knows? Maybe that was the best money. Who knows, man? Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Before you move on, can you please introduce everybody to this real quick so they know what this is?
Go ahead.
So when you say something that we can't have, you get.
We'll be able to strip that. That is the problematic button. If you say something that is questionable or maybe little shaky, you will get the problematic button, but we will respect what you say.
Yeah, we will respect what you say, but if you get the problematic button, that means We Talking Sports does not necessarily support the ideas
so that's
associated with that call, right?
Right.
But
go ahead.
So, what do you think about the whole notion of OBJ coming back?
It's obviously a shot at Baker. I think that Juice and OBJ dreamed of winning championships together. OBJ got his. And now, if they came back here and ran it back with Deshaun, that would be amazing.
We got a quarterback now.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. I would love it.
To be honest with you, I want them both to come back. Let's run this back. Let's run this back.
Hey, we got a new QB.
And Amari.
Hey, there it is.
And spend a little bit of draft capital on the position. You know what I'm saying? Get some young blood in there. Right. I like that idea.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it.
And you saw,
hey, Jacoby Brissett. You know what is amazing about that? Bruh, how long have we been talking about Jacoby Brissett? Out of all of the New England quarterbacks, he keeps getting a chance.
He's a professional backup.
He never seizes the opportunity.
Well, he's a professional backup. He's a professional backup.
Got the tunics under Brady.
Though. Right.
Got the tutors. He's not a scrambler. He is a pocket passer, but he's a good pocket passer.
He can run, though. He
stands tall in the pocket. He's tough. So
he can run too, though. He's mobile. He's considered a mobile passer. And
I like it.
But you know what? He's a classic example of a quarterback that has limitations. And after a few games, teams figure out what you're doing schematically with him, and he's not as effective. So that's why he can't hang on to jobs. It's happened at 3 different franchises. But if you need somebody to start a few games for you, I don't know if there's anybody better.
He played well in New England.
Right. He's a very smart player.
Yeah.
Very smart player.
As a rookie, he played well in times that he played New England. So that's a good backup. That's a very good backup. If you could keep him like a Charlie Batch, who just was in the league and was backup for a long time, But that don't happen in the NFL no more. But it would be great.
Right. But again, we don't know how this thing is going to shake out with Deshaun Watson, and even regardless of this, whether he's suspended or whether he's injured, we got a good backup quarterback. Right. And one other thing, and again, I'm gonna let this go too here, and because we got other things to move on to. But one other narrative that I wanted to address, and this is per Jimmy Haslam, because you said you didn't really get into that press conference that him and D had, is that all these season ticket holders are canceling because of the Deshaun Watson acquisition. And Jimmy Haslam said, as far as he sees, there's more people renewing by far than canceling.
Right. Again, bro, like I said,
fake narratives, fake story, fake news.
Again,
I was excited. I'm
about to get me a jersey.
Right.
If he wins football games, they gonna all be on the bus. And if he loses football games, we gonna be all off the bus. So it ain't all this is just background noise.
Right.
But speaking of background noise, let's talk about the Cavs. Now, the Cavs are going through, it's amazing how difficult their end of the season schedule is. I like them though. I really, again, I told you, and I watch the Cavs, I don't necessarily watch them to win the bet and root for them to win the basketball game more than I root for them to make good decisions, because I think that good basketball is down the line. And right now, 38 points from Darius Garland really ain't winning basketball, but it looks good. But to know that he can get one whenever he wants is very amazing. We talking sports. Who we got?
Oh, you got Steve-O.
Hey, turn your radio down or your TV or your phone.
I got it. I got it. Let me turn it down, son. All right. I was gonna talk about Deshaun Watson, but y'all on the Cavs right now. But
go ahead. If you want to say something, go ahead and say it.
Man?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
If you want to make a Deshaun Watson statement, go ahead.
Man, it's just like, I don't think that people realize what we got. He's a phenomenal talent, man.
Mm-hmm.
We got an amazing player. This is one of the best players we had since Jim Brown, and I'm gonna put that on record. Jimmy Haslam put his mouth where his money was.
Right.
They paid $230 million for somebody who ain't played.
And that means something. That means something.
That's
this
right.
Dude
that
is
boy the truth.
Yes.
I get all the stuff off record, but I don't want to talk about the player that we're getting athletic-wise and the player we have that's going to be on that field. We have a phenomenal player, man. That dude is like Superman.
Right.
We are about to win multiple Super Bowls and put that on record because the team was already set up for it. Baker Mayfield, they set up everything for Baker Mayfield. Everything, and he didn't do it. And then I think he'd be okay, going off on his own career. But I think Deshaun Watson in the same situation that Baker Mayfield was in, I think we're going to win multiple Super Bowls, and I'm going to hang up.
All right, Steve. Hey, Sean, let's do this. Let's talk about that. Let's get off the controversy and let's talk about.
Okay. Well, let me just put a bow on the controversy because this is something that I just feel like needs to be stated because obviously we've been advocating on behalf of Deshaun Watson, but I also want to say too that I'm also very sensitive to sexual assault victims.
Right.
I understand that this is why this is so big is it's not even just about the 22. It's about the bigger picture and what it does for other sexual assault victims and how it triggers them and how I understand that and I'm very sensitive to it and I don't want to seem as if the only objective here is to win football games. It's just, I also believe that Deshaun Watson knows that too. But again, and I believe in our judicial system, and I believe in due process.
And here
it's not an easy situation, but I do understand both sides of it.
And here's my bow on it, because I feel the same way you do. So I believe that it's not my opinion to adjudicate or have an opinion, or I do believe that there are victims of sexual assault, and I don't know if these 22 were or not. I believe that Deshaun Watson, I believe him. I saw that man say that I'm innocent, and I believe that. So that has nothing to do with my opinion of sexual assault, and I believe that the judicial process will work, and when it works, then I will give an opinion, and then I will say, hey, you know something, he did those girls wrong. So me supporting him is not saying that it has any reflection on them. So now that's my bow on it. Now let's talk about Deshaun Watson, the football player. Can we let's talk about Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt and Dearness Johnson and
David Njoku.
Yeah, I don't even want to say his name. But now you got these weapons. Because the thing about Deshaun Watson
Kevin Stefanski has a new toy.
Deshaun Watson has an arm like Kyler Murray. He has size like a thicker Tom Brady. So he is tall like Tom Brady, lanky like Tom Brady.
Way more athletic.
Like Tom
Way
Brady,
more athletic.
But then he's athletic like a Randall Cunningham. So he just got like
and he's intelligent, highly intelligent.
So if you were doing a Madden player and you would do abilities, every ability he has would be an 85 to 99. He has the arm, he has the intelligence, he has the gumption. I mean, not the gumption. What do they call that? The moxie to just say, all right, you knocked me down, but I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna get you the next play. And he is a player who, when the pocket breaks down, he either A, buys himself some time for his receiver to get open, or B, take off and get what the defense take what the defense is giving him, and he makes that decision very well, just like Russell Wilson does. Because that's one of Russell Wilson's strengths, is he knows when to buy time or when he knows to get that first down. And that's what Deshaun Watson does too.
So did you hear, I don't know if you heard in the reports, but they said that, because again, they knew months ago that they needed a quarterback. And they also explored Russell Wilson.
Okay.
I'm glad we wound up with Deshaun Watson. And I mean, don't get me wrong, Russell Wilson is a tremendous upgrade over Baker. I would have been glad to have him, but if I had my pick or two, I would choose Deshaun.
Well, I'm not going to. I agree, but only because Russell Wilson is in his 30s. But if they were both 26, I'm not going to say that I would take Russell over.
I think I would, because at the end of the day, they're both very good quarterbacks. But Deshaun Watson, I think. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just come out and say it. He's taller.
Okay,
he's taller.
He's taller. He's taller. Okay,
he's taller.
but he's as mobile. He gives you everything that Russell Wilson gives you, but he's taller. Right. And he probably has a stronger arm. Yeah. So, yeah, I would say he is taller. So, that's just like saying he's just a very good quarterback. Does Mahomes throw more off-schedule passes? Maybe. And I give that to Mahomes being with Andy Reid. So, you got this quarterback who is, who has the ability, and you put him with an offensive minded coach, and you get the most out of that ability. Mm-hmm. And hopefully Stefanski can do that with Deshaun Watson, and I believe he can.
Okay, I do too. Like I said, Stefanski has a new toy, and this one's much better than the one you had before, because he can do everything. So,
right.
so with that, in the name of time, let's go ahead and get right back into those Cavs. I know you had started to touch on them. We're currently hanging on to that 6th seed. Right now, we are still the 6th seed, even though we're tied with Toronto. We get the tiebreaker because we won the season series.
Right.
So we got 9 games left.
Right.
9 games left, and we got to hang on to this 6th seed because we do not want to go in the play-in tournament. Don't get me wrong. If we make the play-in tournament, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Where Brooklyn at?
But I want to get that 6th seed so we can get into a 7-game series with somebody, because that's how these players are going to really grow and take that next step in understanding how to play NBA basketball by being in a playoff series. They're going to learn every possession counts, and that's super important for the development of our young players.
Here's what I say.
So we got the Chicago Bulls tonight.
Here's what I say.
Hey, one more thing, and I'm going to let you talk about it.
Go ahead.
We got the Bulls tonight, and so I'm talking about us hanging on to this 6th seed, and we're currently tied with Toronto, right?
Mm-hmm.
In terms of our record.
Mm-hmm.
We won game out of the 5th seed.
Right.
And guess who the 5th seed is?
Chicago.
That's right.
Right.
So, big game tonight.
So, Jared Allen not playing hurts the Cavs. Although I love that young kid. Moses Brown, I love him. I love his size and his tenacity. He is tenacious. He is very, very tenacious. I like that kid. But Jared Allen hurts them. They fight. I wouldn't be surprised if they beat Chicago tonight, because the Cavs, the one thing about the Cavs is they don't get blown out. They play very good basketball for the entirety of the game, and
they need more scoring.
What I really fear is that they go to the play-in tournament and don't go to a 7-game series. Now, that's why I want to get in that play-in tournament. That would be worst case scenario. But if they end up, I want them to get that playoff experience, because they are a very good basketball team. Very, very good. They are just missing a superstar. Speaking of superstars, LeBron ain't the answer, man. Because
I know that you say they need a superstar. I know this guy. I know of this guy.
Okay. Okay. It is
I think he grew up 35 miles from here.
Right.
In fact, I think he played 11 seasons of his Hall of Fame career.
Right. So
what's his name?
LeBron. You know what's funny about
LeBron Johnson.
LeBron
Montgomery.
Every time Bron have one of these games,
Hickson.
He take the next game off.
LeBron Jackson?
No, LeBron James.
Oh, dang. LeBron James. It just seemed like he's a perfect fit. Well, you put him with these young dudes, I don't see nothing but rings. On
the Chris Paul tip. I get that. On the Chris Paul tip.
Yeah, just that dude, because let me tell you something, man.
I get that.
You got 20, 22-year-old dudes going up against 28 and 32-year-old men. And it's a lot in between that. You know what I'm saying? I know those numbers don't seem like much. You know what I'm saying? You say, what's 7, 8 years? But at that stage of your life, and in that stage of your NBA life, it's a wealth of experience. It's a wealth of experience.
What I love about Bron right now is he is just so older, and so he can just go out and get it whenever he wants to. But he ain't coming out back to back getting it.
Nah.
He ain't coming out.
His knees. So he's at that point where his knees give him problems, and I understand that. And that's why
But he get hype up for particular games, and he say, "I'm gonna do it."
You know, he always do the Cavs. He always do the Cavs.
It's so funny to me.
You know when LeBron is not in the Cavs uniform, you know what his record is against the Cavs?
I don't know what.
17-1.
Right.
That's
and the one is the first game that we lost, and the first game he came back is the one.
No, it wasn't the first game.
Remember? Yeah, we lost. We beat him the first game he came back.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
Oh, no.
The first game he came back, I remember I was at the first game he came back.
The dude ran out on the court.
No, that was one of his last games with Miami. One of his first game when he came back was one of the darkest NBA games I've ever been to, because the fever of booing was so strong, and it just it almost felt evil. Felt evil. But anyway, in the fourth quarter of that game, LeBron put it on the Cavs. I do remember that because they was booing the mess out of them. Fans
them same fans that booed him are gonna be the same fans that cheer him. Hey, we talking sports. Who we got? Okay. Well.
All right.
Hey.
But yeah, like I was saying.
If you still have a question, you can give us a call back.
Right. But you know LeBron put it on. I just and I do believe LeBron's coming back. But again, the question I have is it going to be next season or the season after? I hope it's next season because don't waste those knees with those Lakers because that's not going anywhere.
So, dog, let me ask you this. So, do you think? Ask me a question. Ask me, do I think the Lakers?
Okay,
the Lakers are going to win the NBA championship?
Put me on.
Hey, we talking sports. Who we got here?
Oh, Steve-O.
Steve-O, what's going on?
Steve-O, you might as well come down and be part of the show, bro.
Listen. The Cavs will not win the championship without LeBron James.
You don't think so?
LeBron James is coming back.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, LeBron see what's going on.
Right.
And then my thing is about LeBron James, man. He always want to be the story. That's that dude. We've been watching him since Akron, which is a little boy at 18, a little boy 18, 19. Now he a man now. This is home. LeBron James is coming back. They will give LeBron what he needs to come back, and we're going to win the championship. LeBron James, Deshaun Watson, DW, we're going to have LB, and we got D Jackson here, and it's about to be on this sucker.
It's on. Hey.
Respect LeBron.
We talking sports.
Hey, what's up? This is Vado. I respect LeBron, but I don't want that man back here. Hell with him.
Why don't you want him back, Rado?
I love LeBron to death, man. Hell of a basketball player, brought the first championship to the city. He can get the hell on. We don't need that. I like young talent. I don't want no old. I don't want no old one. I want no young.
Rado, let me ask you this though: could he have a Chris Paul effect? You see how Chris Paul went to Phoenix, and now he got the boys learning how to play
Chris
basketball.
Paul is okay. I apologize. I apologize. Say it again.
Go ahead. No,
Chris Paul is a point dog where can dictate the pace and dominate and do what he needs to do and point you in the right direction. LeBron James dominates the ball and can't shoot. Chris Paul can hit you for 40, but Chris Paul ain't got to do that. LeBron James needs to shine and recline. I ain't in the mood for shining and reclining right now. I want
he's leading the league in scoring, right?
He leading the league in scoring right now, bro.
No, if I put up, hey, hold on.
In a very efficient shooting too.
If I put up just as many shots as he put up, I could probably lead the league in scoring too.
No,
he can't shoot free throws.
He's shooting.
I'm just being real with you though. I mean, see, I'm giving you true hard facts. I'm not talking no reality. It's just real life stuff. I like LeBron. Y'all want the man to come back home, but hell with him. He left us off that altar again, and let him stay in Hollywood and make Hollywood movies and lead the league in scoring and don't make the playoffs. Cool. We going to playoffs right now. Last time I checked, the Cavs are playoffs. They not playoffs. We ain't got no playing game to try to play around on the play-in. We ain't playing into nothing. We played it. We already in it. And the shit is tinted. It ain't really.
Got you, Rado. We
no doubt.
All right. We talking sports.
I don't like a Pittsburgh hater.
Right. Who we got on the line?
We got Steve-O again. We got a Pittsburgh hater call on here talking about Cleveland sports. Don't listen to him.
Yeah, he don't like nobody. He don't like Jimmy Haslam. He don't like LeBron. Who else?
No, he like LeBron.
He think Baker great. He think Baker's great.
No, he like LeBron. He said he like LeBron. He basically was just saying that, Bron is past. Bron. So I was getting ready to say this, and Stevie, that you can listen to this too. I believe that the Lakers got a chance to win the chip, bro. I mean, Bron.
No, they don't.
If AD come, now this was exactly the same thing I said 1 year ago today. 1 year ago, we was in the same situation. AD lasted about 3
You're
games.
going to get enough of counting on him. You're going to get enough of putting your hopes on street clothes. You know,
Right.
street clothes.
I said this time last year. He was injured, and I said, and he was supposed to come back right before the playoffs, and I said, hey, if LeBron get Anthony Davis, but you know something, I'm gonna tell you why though. I'm being serious.
You was looking at it. He's sitting
I'm
over there in a Versace shirt.
I like
have on the
DJ
jersey.
Augustine. I like Russell Westbrook. I do. I like Westbrook. I like Augustine. I like my dude who been booming on people lately, Malik Monk. LeBron got some good dudes with him, and Bron can turn on the switch.
For a game.
Yeah, he can.
For a game.
I agree.
But for a game, but like you said,
but he got street clothes, and he got
and
he got Westbrook.
LeBron can carry. He could carry the four of us together. You know what I'm saying? For a game, he could carry us.
But he carrying Westbrook.
But he can't do it for a whole series. He can't do it for a whole series.
But you got Westbrook and Anthony Davis though. And
do
Malik
you
Monk
really
and
have?
DJ
Do you really have Anthony Davis? Do you really have Anthony Davis?
Again, like I said,
I'm
this
not talking
time
about on the
last year.
bench.
This time last year, I said, and wasn't the Lakers in the play-in last year? Yeah, they beat Golden State first game. They was in the play-in last year
And then lost in the first round.
and lost in the first round to Chris
Phoenix.
Paul now.
Hey, 5'6", and D-Jack.
Yep.
But you know what? I'm going on D-Jack's side with this. You cannot count LeBron James out. All I'm saying is that LeBron would be in a better situation with the Cavs, and I think that LeBron is looking at that.
You want him back next year?
You
want him back next year?
Yeah, man, as soon as possible. The move that hey, look, the move that Cleveland doing is transpiring the whole league. Look what the receiver did for Kansas City. Jimmy Harrison put that paper down.
Right.
Man, the owner's looking like, you know what? What Jimmy Harrison did was made it like how baseball guaranteed money. Some guys been deserving that money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so proud of what the league is going this way, as far as their way. But like I say, D-Jack, you ain't lying. LeBron is a dog, man. I am not about to count them boys out, man.
Man, let me tell you something.
I'm gonna hang up and go ahead,
Stevie.
Reb, and I got you.
Okay, let me just say this. LeBron, like you said a minute ago, D-Jack, LeBron, even like when he did the Cavs the other day, he can do it for one game, but if you notice, the very next game, he took it off because, you know, it takes a lot on his body. So he can't do it for a whole series. And when I say he can't do it, LeBron ain't putting that strain on his body trying to carry these old dudes through the playoffs.
They not old no more, bro.
What do you mean
keep
they not
saying
old
that.
no more?
Who old? Carmelo and what's his name? All the rest of them dudes young.
Westbrook old too.
That's it. And Melo. That's it. Everybody else young.
DJ Augustine ain't old. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they are old. Look, let's put it this way. LeBron ain't trying to carry. He ain't trying to drag them dudes. LeBron trying to put on a nice show and find his exit up out of L.A. so he can get back here and run with these young dudes, play about 20, 24 minutes a game, and come in as a playmaker and a scorer for 24 minutes a game, and they just win games, and he help them in crunch time.
Now, let me tell you what I've seen.
Championship.
I've seen them develop a roster and figure out dudes that can play and figure out dudes that can't play. That real dark-skinned purple dude, that dude can ball. I don't know his name. He is a very hustle guy. I don't know if he is just a hustle guy. Then you got Malik Monk. You got the dude they call the Hillbilly Kobe, the number 15 dude. They have subtle. No, they call him the Hillbilly Kobe. That's his nickname.
I just gotta cross my T's.
Okay, but that legit is his nickname though. His legit nickname is the Hillbilly Kobe.
Well, look, at the end of the day, dog, the Lakers got a game and a half lead over San Antonio. They both have 9 or 10 games left, so it's not even a guarantee they'll be in the play-in.
The only thing about it is, Bron really is the last fairy tale for sports for me. Like in basketball, he is like the last. He is like I'm still holding on to my superstar, my dude. Like, oh, he ain't got it. He ain't Superman no more. Well,
hey,
maybe he still can give me one more. So I'm still waiting. I still believe he got.
In the right situation, but not carrying that sorry squad he running with now. He can carry him for a game, but he can't carry him for a season.
How could you call him sorry when they swept the Cavs?
Because they're in the 10th seed. They're in the 10th seed.
But in the same breath, you will say...
In both games, they got done by LeBron. Like I told you.
You would say in the same breath...
LeBron does not lose to the Cavs. LeBron is 17-1 lifetime against the Cavs. If he's not in the Cavs uniform, that's going to be the game he turned it on.
I don't understand. How can you praise this team, dog that team, and they got swept by him? They got swept.
LeBron James is, if not the best, the second best player to ever lace him up. That's how.
And he was. And he was when he took the Cavs to the finals 4 years. So he got the same type of squad he had when he played for the Cavs. He got the same thing.
No, the Cavs was never in the 10th seed. When LeBron was here, the Cavs were never in the 10th seed.
Bro, only thing I'm saying is, if you think your basketball team is good, then their basketball team must be good. You must think they're good too.
Because they beat you 2 games?
Yes.
No, a series determines the best game. Anybody can win.
And they beat them the best 2 out of 3. They didn't have to play the third seed.
We swept. So the Cavs swept Denver. Is the Cavs a better team than Denver?
Apparently so. If they swept, I mean, what I'm saying. Okay, is the Cavs are the Cavs a better team than Toronto? Are they a better team than Toronto?
I would say they're healthy.
And if I ask you, well, dog, why would you think the Cavs are better than Toronto? What would you say? Because they beat them 3 out of 4 times.
But that's the tiebreaker. No, that's 4 games. But you talking about an East Coast and Eastern Conference and Western Conference? They only played twice. Just because you won 2 games, it doesn't necessarily mean you would win in a series. But anyway, hey, look.
You've been talking to the team the whole year. You praise your team the whole year.
I'll get ready.
That's right. Get Taco back out there. Hey, so Kyrie can play now.
Kyrie can play.
That changes a lot of stuff. That changes a lot of stuff.
Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at?
Whatever they had, little beef they had going on Kyrie, if that was a fight, he won.
Here's why I like it. I like it because basketball is about to be off the chain. You got Giannis. You got is Ben Simmons supposed to play or he
got back issues now.
Man, oh my God, man. I am so tired of that dude, man. Go away, bro. Go away. Just go away, Ben Simmons. Just do something else. Just stop being in the news. Okay, or in sports. Just go away. But you got Giannis, you got Embiid and Harden, you got Kyrie and KD. You got the Cavs. You got Jimmy Butler. Hey, wait a minute. What about UD telling Jimmy Butler, I will beat you? Did you see him? He said, what? I will beat you. Did you see that?
You know what? I didn't. I heard about it. I never watched the clip, but I'm glad. Because Jimmy Butler talk a lot of stuff.
If he wasn't talking last night, it was just...
I like that emotion though. I like that. I like what UD does to that team, and I like what Jimmy Butler.
You know I like UD. And I like the way that the franchise kept him around, just like we were supposed to do Tristan Thompson.
I'm gonna tell you this, dog.
He's supposed to be that franchise pillar, and that's what UD is for Miami.
I'm gonna tell you this, dog. Isaac Okoro is a poor man's Jimmy Butler. I like Isaac Okoro.
His game growing on you.
I said that about 4 weeks ago, but yeah, his game is growing on me. I like him. I'm part of this team, and if I got to be the muscle, I got to be the muscle.
Right.
If I got to be the dog, I got to be.
If I need to shoot threes, I'll shoot threes.
His game,
He adjusts his game.
If he plays in the league for a while, that's his. I'm not going to say his ceiling because he could be better than Jimmy Butler.
Right.
But that's who I
think he will be because he's a better shooter at this stage of his career than Jimmy Butler was.
I don't know how Jimmy Butler was.
And then also considering that he's like the 4th option usually on the floor. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, he reminds me of a young Jimmy Butler, but Yeah, the NBA playoffs is about to be good. I mean, you got Trey, so you could potentially have Trey Young, Kyrie, and KD, and I don't know who the other team is in the East in the play-in, just to get two teams to get in. Then you could have the Cavs, you could have the Chicago, Miami. This is gonna be basketball is on hyperdrive. Right now.
And Jared Allen is supposed to be back before the season ends.
Really? Okay, I didn't realize that.
He said he's not having surgery, and he's supposed to be back before the season ends.
Okay.
And the Cavs obviously are a better team with him in there. So it's just like, soon
him being back out there hurts.
And I know I said this last week, and I'm gonna say it again. We still have not truly seen Karis LeVert. It's like, he just hasn't found his legs yet.
My meter is going kind of down on him. But here's what I say about the Cavs. This is why I say the Cavs are a good team. This is why I love about them, and I give a shout out to their coach. Jared Allen not being there hurts them. It hurts them, but it hurts them in big games because they're in those games. But in the games that they're supposed to win, did they just lose to Detroit?
No, we just lost to Toronto.
Toronto.
We just lost to Toronto.
We beat Toronto.
But let me tell you why.
So the thing is they are a good basketball team. Okay, so Denver is not better than the Cavs. I mean the Cavs are not better than Denver. But that's the thing about the NBA. Home field advantage means a lot because I don't see you. So you come into my home, I play my brand of basketball. Even though you're better, I'm gonna beat you. So that bodes to the fact that the Cavs are a good basketball team to where a sorry team is not going to a team that's not on their level is not going to beat them despite the fact that they don't have a superstar. Now, because they don't have a superstar, that's going to hurt them against a great team, and we would probably be more 500 against great teams, but now we're losing to all great teams except Denver. But that bodes to the fact that they are a very good basketball team that plays good basketball. They don't get blown out. And if they play a team that is inferior to them, they're going to win, regardless if Darius Garland is hurt or whatever. And the last point I want to make is I love my little dude, number 0, 00. I love that little dude. The little backup point guard. Good, yeah.
Yeah, well, you know he can't play in the playoffs.
Why?
Because he's on a 2-way contract. They signed him out the G League.
Oh, they never signed him for the regular season, so he can't play himself?
He on a 2-way contract.
Okay, but I like him though. I like him a lot.
I like him too. But so the thing is the Cavs are a different team when we don't have Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, because in that Toronto game, Evan Mobley got in foul trouble, and when he's in foul trouble, we didn't have any rim protection because he was in foul trouble. So normally we would have Jared Allen, and he could, help obviously protect the rim. And then when you got both of them in there, it ain't no layups. Right. So the Cavs are a different team when they have Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. Three people that are indispensable for the Cavs are Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, and Darius Garland.
I don't agree with the Evan. Well,
no, because it's the same thing.
Dude ain't missed a game yet, has he?
No, he did. He had like an elbow injury early in the year. And he missed like 3 games, 3 or 4 games.
So I'll take that back. Because
this is the thing. They're both important because they both play a role. They are great in that role when they're together. But if one is out, the other can hold the fort down. But if you only got one of them dressed, when he's on the bench, it's layup city for the Cavs. Because that's why Kevin Love be trying to take all those charges because he know he ain't blocking your shot.
Here's what I'm going to say about Evan Mobley early. And I'm going to get in front of this because everybody's going to praise him. So Evan Mobley has not had a great season, but he's going to be the rookie of the year. And he deserves it. He's going to be the rookie of the year because none of the other rookie candidates have distinguished himself, and he's played a pivotal role in a very good basketball team season.
Right.
And so because of that, he is deserving of the rookie of the year, although he didn't have a splash rookie of the year. But what I hope that does is I hope that vaults him. I hope that gives him a sense of responsibility. hey, because I won the Rookie of the Year, I'm supposed to be the coldest out of all of these dudes. Because the one thing I would say about him is I don't think that he knows that he is supposed to be that.
I do.
I don't think that he knows that he is the third overall pick. Let me finish, dog. So the thing is, if I look at him on defense, I do see that. And I see that he has the ability of that on offense, but it's like the KD and Russ situation in a good way. Everybody always said, hey, KD, you should tell Russ to give me the ball sometimes. And so it's like the Darius Garland and him. Now, I get it. Now, Darius Garland is more seasoned, and he probably does it more. But again, if you can get that 1-2 punch and do the 7 foot tall, then you got that KD Russ situation where, hey, your little point guard can give you 25 with 12 dimes, and you just got this unstoppable 7-footer. And Evan Mobley has to have more than me just believing that he can be that. He has to believe that.
So Evan Mobley's father is an assistant coach at USC. His older brother, who's 2 years older,
what's that worth? About 10 points in the league? Or?
Plays at USC. Okay. Evan Mobley came to USC, played 1 year, and became the number 3 pick in the draft. And his older brother is still at USC. So I think he knows that he's special. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
And underwhelmingly won the Player of the Year in the Pac-12. Not because he really – okay, but go ahead.
So
what
you say underwhelmingly, but I think with those accomplishments, and again, you came to a college that your older brother was at, and after playing for 1 season, you became the number 3 pick in the draft.
I'm not his critic, dog. I'm not his critic.
I'm just saying I think he knows he's special.
Okay.
I think he knows that, you know what I'm saying, he's supposed to be that guy.
When Kyrie was a rookie, did they call him missed the fourth quarter in his rookie year?
No.
Yes, they did.
Not in his rookie year.
Yes, they did. Yes, Austin Carr did call him rookie.
Kyrie shut it down early in his rookie year.
And just like this, and the only thing I'm just saying, bro, is he just got to understand it because he got the game.
Yep.
He got the game. He got the height. He got the game. He shows me on the defensive end that he got the tenacity.
Right.
He threw somebody's shot the other day. I can't remember what it was, but I like him. I just want him to realize that he is better than everybody on the basketball court.
He just has to get stronger and work on his J. That's your off-season plan, which I'm sure he's going to do naturally. Get stronger and work on your J.
He needs to realize he's the best player on our team.
So,
and I think he will. And the only reason why I'm being hard and harping on it is because I believe that is what the 2022-2023 season is going to be, is the Darius Garland and Evan Mobley show. And I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Hey, they have a very bright future. Very bright future. And speaking of the future, next Saturday, we'll be returning here at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks for joining us today, but we'll see you then. And guess what we gonna do?
We talking sports.
Peace.